Welcome once again to Jillily Studio. The Sewing Bee, which is our quilt here that we're working on, we are on week number 7, which means we're more than halfway done. Well, you will be after today. So you're halfway done now, and we are on week 7. It is the last of our star blocks, so it's star block F. And I bet you're getting excited seeing all those pieces, all those beautiful star blocks already made, and you're ready to put them together. So let's see what star block F requires. It's on the bottom of page 6. This is the last star block, and let's gather our pieces. Okay, star block F. We're going to make only 8 blocks this time, so you don't need to make 9 like we have the previous. So only 8 of this block. This is the last star. So we start with one square that's 3.5 by 3.5 for the center. And then on this block you can see that the center isn't pieced, and then all the piecing is done on the outside. So it requires these a set of 4 of these rectangles, and then my 4th one's hiding under here. And these are going to be our flying geese unit, and they are the double flying geese units. So we are going to add white square to each corner of each rectangle like we have in the past. So that'll be sewn on like that, and then we'll have another one on this other side. And okay, there's our flying geese units, until we add the second piece, which is the next part of the flying geese, and that will be sewn on like that. So I've got a couple of these done. Let me pull those aside here and show you. There they are when they're finished, and you're familiar with making those because you've done it twice before on other blocks. So that has the base piece was this rectangle, and I put on the white triangles and then the pink triangles. Okay, and then the corners on this block are a pieced corner, and we've got 4 of those. So I've already pieced these because you know how to do it. What it is the small 1.5 inch square of your corner piece. You need 4 of those, and then you're going to sew a white, I believe it's 1.5 by 1 on one side. Sew that down, that'll go there, and then sew the white 2 by 1, or is it 2.5 by 1 onto the top edge, and so you'll end up with that. And let me just check that. I think I've got the sizes wrong. Oh, it's a 1 by 2. That's correct. 1 by 2, and this is a 1.5 by 1. And that's all in the instructions here and what you need for each block, but you need to make 8 of these blocks. So let's sew this block together. Let's start by adding these. This will be simple. Add these to the center block. Let's just make sure that we put our stitching line right a little bit to the inside of that corner joint where the 2 seams meet, so that we can preserve the point. So my machine is going to go right, you probably can't see on camera, but I'm just like a teeny tiny bit to the inside of, I'll hold it up and show you. I've got my stitching line a little bit to the seam allowance side of where these 2 other seams come together, and that way the point will be preserved when I open it up. Okay, now the next side. Okay. Those both look good. So I need flying geese and the corners. Flying geese and corners. Make sure your corner is down at the base where you have all of your prints, not where the white is. So the whites are on the outside and the print pieces are on the inside towards the center of the block. I hope you're having a fun time doing this. These are the last blocks, and this is an easy day because we only have to make 8. Let's go press these. Snip my chains apart. I'm going to press this first seam toward the center because there's no seams on the center. So let's get all those extra seams just laying flat. So we're going to go toward the center. Now the seam on this, I'm going to have to press out toward these corners because I've got the other seam going in. Just makes your life a little easier when you go to put the whole thing together. It matches up better. We're going to press this seam out and this part lay flat out. Okay. Those are ready to go. Make sure I didn't cut off my point. I didn't. Yay. This fabric is so fun because it's got so many colors in it that all of the colors go well together. Because there's so many prints that tie it all together. All right. One block F is done. I'm just going to give this a bit of starch. Okay, there we go. I'm going to trim this up. Let's take a look at all the blocks we've done so far. We've done star block A, star block B, star block C, D, E, and we just finished F. And remember, you've got 9 of this, 9 of that, 9 of that, 9 of this, and 9 of that, and then just 8 of the last block. So now you have all your star blocks done, and you're ready to put them into the quilt. If we can find star block F in our quilt. It's easy to spot because it's the one with this solid center. And there's one right there. There's one right next to it. There's one up here. This is the only block that has the solid center. There's one too. So they're scattered throughout the quilt. You've got quite a bit done now. And we're ready to move on. Next week we will start our tulip block. On week 8. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.